The resurrection of humor.
A completely reliable eyewitness account, more or less.
For a long season, humor had been declared dead. Didn't happen all at once. No, humor didn't trip over a banana peel and expire dramatically. It faded slowly, painfully, under the weight of over-analysis, endless explanations, and people saying, well, actually, at the worst possible moments. The final blow came at a meeting, a long beige meeting. Humor tried to slip in quietly with a light chuckle and a well-timed joke about coffee being a food group, but before it could land, someone raised a hand and said, "Let's circle back to the agenda." That's when humor clutched its side, staggered toward the break room, and whispered, "Tell irony." I tried and collapsed between a stack of stale donuts and a broken Keurig. Word spread quickly. "Humor's gone," they said. "Gone?" others replied. Well, that explains a lot. A solemn service was held. The eulogy was very thoughtful, very structured, and painfully unfunny. Even the attempt at a light anecdote required 3 disclaimers and a footnote. Humor was laid to rest in a modest grave marked, "Here lies humor. It meant well." For 3 days the world trudged on. Jokes fell flat. Puns were politely ignored. Even knock-knock jokes were met with, "Who's there?" followed by a long pause and someone saying, "Let's not." Children tried to giggle but couldn't quite remember how. Comedians stared at microphones like archaeologists studying ancient tools. Sitcoms added laugh tracks, but the laughter sounded suspicious, forced, like a room full of robots trying to understand why a chicken crossed a road. Then, on the 3rd day, something happened. It started with a snort, not a dignified laugh, not a polite chuckle, a full, unexpected, slightly embarrassing snort. It came from a quiet corner where a tired soul had just read a typo so glorious, so unintended, that it broke through the fog. "Pubic meeting," they whispered, and then it happened. A giggle, a burst, a ripple across the room. Someone misheard something. Another tripped, but was fine, and made a face that could not be ignored. Somewhere else, a dad told a joke so terrible it wrapped all the way around to being magnificent. The ground where humor had been buried began to shake. The headstone cracked, and up from the grave rose humor, hair disheveled, eyes twinkling, holding a rubber chicken like a scepter. "I told you," humor said, brushing off the dirt, "you can't keep a good joke down." People stared, then laughed, not cautiously, not academically, but deeply. Belly laughs, knee slappers, the kind that make you forget why you started and don't care. Humor stretched, looked around, and grinned. "All right," it said. "Who needs a little perspective?" From that day on, humor walked among the people again, not always loud, not always obvious, but present. It slipped into awkward moments and made them human. It softened sharp edges. It reminded everyone that sometimes the most profound truth comes wrapped in something ridiculous, and every now and then, when life got a little too serious, you could almost hear humor whisper, "Careful, you're starting to sound like that meeting."
And just like that, someone would laugh again.